Hi, I'm Jordan with Overland Van Project, and this is our 170 4x4 Sprinter build that we did with ZenVanz. Yeah, so this is it. What we're looking at here is a combination between ZenVanz kit, their upper cabinetry, their lower galley, and then a custom built galley. So this part of the countertop just comes right up. Got a push latch here.
Door opens.
Yeah. So essentially when someone wants to empty out their system, it's all right in here. And it's basically uses a series of like chemicals and things to make sure that, you know, it's not stinking, smelling, and it's sanitary. These cabinets are mounted on an L-track system and rib nuts in the ceiling.
Okay.
So it's pretty sturdy. It's a really easy install. That's why we like it so much. And they usually come in bays of 3, so you kind of see where the break is here. So you have a bay of 3 or a bay of 2.
Okay.
And then their lower galley on the driver's side of the van, this is their design, and that would come with the kit as well.
And then, so I see you have like the isotherm, is that like the drawer style? Drawer
Yep,
65?
it is the drawer style, absolutely. So it's not necessarily a door that opens up one way or the other. We like the drawer style just because depending on which part of the kitchen you're working on, you can easily access your fridge, you know, from either side. What's really cool about this lower galley too is it has lots of storage, and we like adding in these modular kind of spring-loaded dividers as well.
Okay.
We have a point of use water system or hot water system. It's actually underneath this cabinet.
Okay.
And it's tucked pretty far back there. It might be kind of tough to get a camera in there to check it out, but
is it electric?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So it runs on a 110 circuit. It's a dedicated circuit. It's not really sharing power with anything else. We like to keep all the really high usage, all the high usage appliances on their own dedicated circuits. That way you won't run the risk of, you know, pulling 1600 watts with one of your appliances and then all of a sudden turn like a vacuum in on the same outlet, and then all of a sudden you're blowing a breaker. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about what it has in the electrical department?
Yeah, absolutely. We can go take a look at it if you guys want.
Yeah.
So we built this van with a double bunk system. Let's see if I can get this door open just ever so slightly here without totally messing up this other van. We designed this cabinet to be super low profile, obviously to make sure that this bed platform isn't too high, you're not knocking your head. So this electrical cabinet has a quick access door in the front that we designed to have all of your breakers to turn off your inverter, turn off your solenoid or alternator charging, and turning off your DC fuse panel pretty quickly and easily.
Nice.
You can also pretty easily access your DC fuse panel in case you blow a fuse just here off to the left. It's a pretty tight space, obviously, so you wouldn't necessarily want to be doing long-term work just from that access window. So if you decided to move, you know, your bed platform out of the way, you can get a look at what's going on in here. We have an Ames 2500 watt inverter charger. So it's designed to handle both inverting your 12 volt to 110, and then you can also utilize shore power, plug in at a campground. We have a 30 amp smart plug tapped into the outside of the van on the driver's side. We have a Stinger solenoid. This is essentially sending current from the alternator while you're driving or idling to the cabin batteries as well. It's putting out about 50 to 100 amps. So you can charge this thing really fast just by driving it. This is a 360 amp hour system. Our 3 batteries are right here.
Oh, nice.
They're all lithium LiFePO 4 batteries. This is actually a battery company that we partner with that's also owned by Overland. So it's a separate company, but it's our own energy company.
Cool.
Yeah, so we get to use our own batteries, which is pretty neat. We like them a lot. They have their own built-in BMS So, you know, they have their own series of protection.
Yeah,
you know,
if it drops below freezing
or if it overheats.
Yeah,
absolutely.
overheats. What's this guy right here?
This is the Cymarine digital shunt. It's installed on the negative pole of your entire system, and what it's doing is it's basically reading the amp hours you're consuming. It's got a voltmeter, so you can see what your batteries are charging at. It also has a freshwater tank gauge, and it reads all this information and puts it into a digital display for you. We have a separate temperature sensor that's installed on the outside of the cabinet, and a computer fan, which it might be kind of hard to see, but right here on the inside,
Oh yeah.
we have a fan that'll turn on as soon as it reads, you know, above like normal ambient temperature. It'll kick on and help keep the airflow going through there. We like doing that as opposed to a fan on all the time. Even though those computer fans are really quiet, it just saves the life of the fan.
Yeah.
You know, only need it on when it's hot. This is our take on a double bunk system.
Okay.
It is the ZenVanz bed up top. So I did mention that earlier. This is part of their kit. It is basically 2 rails rib nutted into the framework of the van, and then 3 removable aluminum frame bamboo top bed platform pieces. You know, yes, someone can sleep this way. It's designed to actually sleep parallel to the van as opposed to side to side, and it's meant for 2 kids.
Gotcha. But the top, this is side to side.
This
right?
is side to side, yeah. So we built this custom kind of bump out system in the wall panel. We utilize flare space. They're body flares. It's a fiberglass addition. You add to the cavity of the van, you cut out the panel, and it's awesome. I think they ended up adding roughly 8 inches of sleeping space in, you know, this portion of the bed, and probably 6 inches more towards the forward of the vehicle. And what we do is we just kind of build a contoured frame for the inside of it, and, you know, upholster it and everything, make it look really, really nice.
So this is all upholstered over
plywood? Yeah, so it's 1/4-inch marine grade plywood.
Okay.
We always recommend using something very, very water resistant because vans do get moisture and humidity. Yeah. So it's a vinyl adhered to closed cell foam that's also adhered to a 1/4-inch panel.
Nice. With
Reflectix on the back. On the ceiling we did the closed cell foam combo as well with the sill leather. We really, really like that color. We thought it went really well with the cabinets.
Yeah. So I'm guessing under here is the freshwater tank?
Yeah, so our freshwater tank is stored a little bit more to the front of the vehicle. So let me throw this back on here. So this section is mostly storage.
Okay.
We do have your water pump and your external shower in here.
Nice.
Right? And then a little bamboo shower mat. We are keeping a shore power plug in here, and he'll be able to utilize this for more storage. You know, throw tire chains or whatever you want back here. And then his water tank itself would probably be more easily viewed if we went up to the front. This is where the water tank is stored. We have it very, very tight fit in here just to make sure that our bed platform is as low as possible. You can see we even routed out for the sensor that sits on the top here.
How much does it store?
It's a 20-gallon tank. We were talking about one of the cooler parts of the vehicle when we were looking at the electrical system though, and it's this Cymarine digital display. So we can actually see what our fresh water level is at. You know, of course, above and beyond that, it can give you a display of your battery capacity. It looks like we need to charge. Being at 54% is probably not ideal right now, but you know, that's also just me. You could probably run it for a day, and 16 hours is the current estimation it's giving us at our current usage. What's nice is the solar that we have installed. I think we only have 100 watts on this. Whoops. Good. Yep. I think we have only 100 watts on this system. You know, sometimes we'll do 200 or 300. We've done big systems before too. But what we find is just with the solenoid charging being so efficient in comparison that we almost would rather just save the roof space and put cool stuff up there.
Yeah, I do want to go look up there in a minute, but first can you tell us what else is up here?
Yeah, of course. So this is the quick start for your Espacher or Espacha, I don't really know exactly how to say it, heater. It's a really easy system. It's literally an on-off, set the temperature, dial it in, and it'll start firing up. This is for our Wi-Fi ranger. We usually put a power switch on here just so you're not always running the Wi-Fi system, and that's all integrated inside of this cabinet. There's a little modem and a little router up there, and it all runs to an antenna on the roof.
Okay.
It has its own SIM card, so it kind of just works with your data plan, I believe, with your cell phone company provider or whatever telecommunications provider you choose. This is for the awning. It is an armless auto retracting and extending awning. It's a Fiamma F65 Eagle. It's pretty sweet. I think we've got the room for it. We can extend it out a little bit here. So we also have this wired into a automotive relay that taps into the ignition of the engine. So let's say you have your awning out, or you don't have your awning out, pardon me, you have your awning in, you got kids or someone messing with buttons while you're driving down the road. If the engine's on, this can't go anywhere. So no one could accidentally hit the button, start extending it while you're driving, which would be a nightmare. And it also has an auto retract feature, so if the wind really kicks up, you know, that's most people's concern is like, well, if it's not tied down to the vehicle, what happens if wind comes and kicks it through? As soon as it starts shaking, it's got a sensor in it that reads, you know, okay, this is a little too hot, and it starts retracting.
So even if you like go away from the van for a little bit,
it'll retract on its own.
Cool.
And then the rest of this face, this is your hot water switch. It's a on-off, meaning like turn it on, it'll take a little while to heat. It's not like an instantaneous system, but you can, you know, basically control whether it's on all the time or not, which is super important because it's drawing a lot of power. And then this is just your standard inverter turn on. It does have its own little LCD display. Can give you some quick readouts too. It's a little redundant to what this is showing you, but it's always nice to have 2 points of reference.
Sure.
So this seat is probably one of my favorite parts of these builds because it really, it turns it into a seat 4, sleep 4 without feeling like a seat 4. You don't have to commit to like a full passenger seat. They're super easy to work with. You basically just bring it right on down, kind of lock it into place. This brings the back up, and it does have a 3-point harness, which is really nice, so it's all a lot safer than just a lap belt system. And it works in conjunction with these swivels in the front.
Who makes the swivels?
These are the stock Sprinter swivels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, they're super smooth.
Yeah, that's way better than what I have.
They're a great option. We love them. We recommend people upgrade to them if they intend on having a little dinette set like this one, because they're just really smooth.
Nice.
So this whole system works in conjunction with just a simple pedestal table.
Nice. And again, is this your table or Zen?
So this is a separate company that makes the table, but we did the bamboo top here.
Okay.
Yeah. And we offset it a little bit. That way you can have a table that's centered more between all 4 of you, or if you turn it, it changes the axis just enough to where it could be more center focused and also easier for that person to get in.
And then your fans, are they both off this or?
So that is an extra one. Our other one is mounted over there. We'll grab this guy. Yeah, we really like the double fan system because you can have one going in and one going out at the same time.
Airflow going without having to open a window.
Yeah, you know, if you have just one fan, you're kind of stuck to either having hot air blow in at you or just blowing your hot air out, and that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was noticing the window shades. Do you guys do those? Or?
We do not. I believe it is by a company called Van Made Gear. It's a pretty sweet system. It all just connects with magnets, so it's a really easy removal and install. It just snaps right into place there. You just get your corners down nice and tight, and boom.
That's nice.
That overhead tray is also pretty clutch for storage above your cabin. Super easy install. It's 4 brackets that just gets integrated behind pieces of the cab that are already being mounted.
Sweet, yeah. Is it cool if we take a look on the top?
Let's do it. And the roof rack are both from Flatline Van Company. They're a local company. They're actually just right up the street. So it's their low pro roof rack in conjunction with the Yakima clamshell. I call it a clamshell. No one seems to know what the heck I'm talking about when I say that. But
yeah,
storage
up.
rooftop storage box. You know, it's a
box.
pretty big one. We have 2 max fans installed on the roof and 100 watts of solar. And the Wi-Fi Ranger is also up there. And he's got just a little bit of extra room if you ever wanted to mount like another little box or something like that up there too.
Nice.
He also has a 52-inch curved light bar at the front here. We've got that wired and switched just right at the front here.
Oh, heck yeah. Looks like just water and
shore power, yep. So we put this on the driver's side because most campgrounds have your hookups on your driver's side. Even if you have your electrical cabinet over on the passenger side, it just makes sense to just run the wire over to the other side of the van. It's a smart plug, it's a 30 amp. It's a pretty sweet little system. You just have to plug and play.
Okay. And then this is, I'm just assuming, gravity fill.
Yes, it's gravity fill.
And then your gray water. Is that under the van?
It is under the van. It's on the driver's side. I think we have a 10-gallon. There's a pole right behind you. Should be right directly under here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's mounted right here.
Oh, it's got a ball valve.
It does have a ball valve. So we have it on an electronic control.
Nice.
And it just empties itself on its own. It's plumbed in pretty sweet. Dave kills it on the plumbing.
Checking out this video, and thank you Overland Van Project for letting me come around and see what you guys are up to. I would highly recommend checking those guys out on their Instagram page. I'll link them in the description. They also have a website if you want to go approach them for your own van builds. I am currently in the middle of a build, and you can check that out on my channel, and go ahead and hit subscribe while you're there so you see what comes up next. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.